Thank y'all for being here today. How we doing? What a great day to celebrate your independence and your freedom. My name is Keith Blanchard. I'm here today to share with you my passion. Everybody here, anyone here living their passion? Show of hands. I'm living my passion. And I'm doing that today by sharing with you how I've been fortunate since I was a young boy to do nothing except what I wanted and become successful. I never really ever had to worry about money. I did have those moments, as we all do. But it didn't pull the rug from under me. I was always confident. It was nerving, but I was confident things would pan out. My passion in life is to become one with the love that creates and sustains everything in this beautiful universe of which I'm fortunate to be a part of. My whole life, since I was a young boy, I had this insatiable curiosity about the wonderment of the universe. I wanted to know all the answers to all the questions. And any question that would seep its way into my consciousness, they were all impatient. They wanted answers now. They wanted immediate gratification. And little did I realize the 4 questions I'm going to put to you later became the unfoldment of my life. And so I want to share those questions with you here shortly. And it is my hope, my desire, my want, and my love for you to ask yourself these questions daily in meditation, or just whenever you have nothing else to do. You've probably asked these questions of yourself before, but I would like you to take these questions and grab them tightly and run into the rabbit holes, the doors of the universe, and take these questions in, take these questions in, take these questions in. It is only when we question that we will get answers. And your level of sincerity is what's going to provide those big answers. It's how sincere you can be. Humility is what does it for me. It makes that space inside. It makes us available so the creative force in the universe can actually come in and become a part of who we are. In 1996, after a night of playing music and a bad relationship, I was living my life with heart pangs. It was dark. I was awakened out of my sleep by a voice, and it was God's voice. And people often ask me, how do you know it was God's voice? Well, for me, the question is pretty silly. How can you not know when the absolute of the universe is speaking to you? I was awakened out of my sleep, and I was thrown into the light. And I'm grateful. And the voice begins to instruct me to write down my thoughts, my feelings, and life experiences. And for 8 years, this started taking shape in a book that I've written called The Divine Principle. But what I think spawned the Divine Principle are those questions. These questions are very, very simple. But the answers that will come forth via your sincerity will be absolutely profound. At a young age, my mom said, Keith, I know you want to play music. I see it. Cut that tree down now. Get you a job. Do something good with your life. And if you know me, my likely response was to ignore her. And so I did just that, and I kept playing music. At an early age, I had a conflict. I wanted to play music, but I did want to pursue the spiritual path. I wasn't sure how to do that, so I kept playing music. And I was an altar boy for a while. And then in my teenage years, I was seriously thinking of becoming a Catholic priest. Figure that. And when I realized at the age I was that I had to make a choice needed to be made, I didn't realize that my passion, my music, and my passion, God, were the same entity. I didn't see that. So I told God, you're just going to have to wait just for a little while. This seems like too much fun. And so I pursued the whole musical career. I've done everything musicians do. I played, I partied, I've done all that stuff. And I do that to this very day. And then God spoke and said, it's time. And when this experience happened, I never saw it coming. Once it happened, I knew it was always supposed to be. But also as a young boy, these questions would not leave me alone. It was truly a bothersome, so to speak. My dad had a camp boat. And as a young boy, he would take me for a fishing trip overnight into the Gulf of Mexico. I absolutely loved doing this. And I would always look forward to bedtime. He had this little deck on top, and there was no light pollution, so I would sprawl out a sleeping bag, and I'd put my hands behind my head, and I would gaze up in infinity, God. And I just saw the infinite potential. And on this night in particular, I must have found a space of absolute sincerity. I was yanked out of my body. And I found myself conscious of a spiritual lobby, a waiting place, where souls that were about to be born hang out. And it's an infinite sea of souls. I mean, I can't even give you a number how many balls of light were there. And the people towards the front were excited, yet they had a lot of anticipation because they were next to go down to earth. But there was another phenomena going on from the back. Another wave of souls would come up to join the back line for a new earth experience. And some would go to another place, a higher place, for a new experience entirely. And when it was my turn to go down to earth, I was slammed back in my body. And as a young boy, I was like, wow. And a part of me was born, a conscious part of me. I knew there was now more to the world of the invisible. That question was, where did I come from? Have you asked yourself that very simple question? Where did I come from? It seems pointless, but it's the intention behind the question that will generate the response. Where did I come from? We were taught as children we come from our mothers and fathers. We know this is not true, but yet there's an engram, there is a part of us that holds on to this idea. We don't come from our parents, we come through our parents. So what I am saying is we are part of the all-pervading spirit. This is who we are at our essence. And so once I realized that I have a role in the universe, I was wondering what God is, where God is, what does it look like? And somehow, I wasn't fully conscious of it, but I knew that being I was looking for was me. The next question is, why am I here? Reverend Crooks talked about it earlier, and I was just floored of the synchronicity in the message. Why am I here? Why was I born on this planet? If God is love, when you do what you love, you are living your purpose. When you do what you love, you are in direct alignment with the creative force of the universe. You become a vessel to be an extension of the Creator.